So this is the market recap for the week starting September 4. And right now, we had a pretty big down week on the IWM, but we'll start with the Dow Jones. And again, the Dow Jones hasn't broken any RSI trend. Something I want to illustrate. To turn on my fan here. It's a little bit hot in my room. There we go. So it hasn't broken any of the trends on the RSI. It could be about to break a trend on an upsloping trend line right here that I have on the Dow Jones. So if this starts to break, then you're going to be in some trouble, and it could start a panic. Same thing for the SPY. So the S&P hasn't broken anything, but the important one to me is not like the S&P. It's going to be the QQQ, and right now the Qs have broken the trend. And it looks like it's gonna start to come back down now. And this you've broken the weekly trend. You've confirmed you got bearish divergence on Nvidia, like the mega cap stock. So to me, I think this might be the top here. We'll have to follow up and see if that's true. But the same thing on the IWM. You came back up. You broke this downsloping trend line on the RSI. You came back up. You retested at the peak, and then boom, and you started to come back down, right? And that's just the way she goes. And if you look at it on Market Cipher, and we'll cover Market Cipher here for the S&P, and right here. So on Market Cipher on the weekly, it was looking like a really bullish week, and we actually ended the week kind of flattish on it now, like with a minus. It's still bullish, but just way less bullish. Like the Qs still look really bullish, although the Qs look like they're ready to start to break down in a pretty dramatic way, given how Nvidia looks like. So when I look at Nvidia, and I was like, wow, this thing is really struggling here. It gapped down a few days here, and then it had a bounce yesterday. Today it was rallying up. It filled its gap, and it came right back down to support. At 450 breaks, that's going to be it for Nvidia. I think it's going to come back down to this upsloping trend line and the moving averages, and after that, that's you don't really have much support, right? Because you've gone parabolic, right? You've gone to the moon and back. You've gone straight up to the stratosphere. You have bearish divergence here as well on the RSI. You made a higher high and a significantly higher low on the weekly, and the daily's got ways to come down, but it's not going to go down in a straight line unless it's really, news driven. Maybe their earnings were faked and they're going to get sued for accounting errors and stuff like that. But other than that, then, well, you're just going to have to be patient. We're going to sit on it. And same thing for Apple. Apple came back up, almost filled the gap that everyone was talking about, and it came straight back down, and it came back up, right, with some support, and it tagged the 20-day moving average, and it came right back down. Overall right now, I would not be bullish on the markets. I'm watching a lot of other YouTubers, and they're just basically saying, it doesn't matter, buy the dips. It's a buy the dip opportunity where it's no reason not to buy. Just buy anything. We're going to keep going up. I think you should really be on the cautious side now. I think we're going to be playing out in this monthly pattern here on the S&P. I have it here. Or sorry, the triple Qs. Is it the S&P or the triple Qs? Sorry, it's the S&P. So I think the S&P pattern is going to start to play out here, and we are going to come back down in the C wave in the coming months. This is going to bleed into probably next year, and then we're going to see some pretty dramatic moves. But until October, it's going to be negative, sentiment. And next week we got CPI, so we'll have to see how that goes. Let's cover Bitcoin, because I'll just cover Bitcoin and we'll talk about everything else. And then you guys can start asking questions. So Bitcoin here, let me just scroll up to Bitcoin. Bitcoin, again, it's in a range. A lot of people want to trade it right now. I don't even think it's worthwhile trying to trade this. It's just going to chop sideways. And what you want to do, essentially is you want to short at the top of the range and you want to long at the bottom of the range. But eventually, this range is going to give, and it's going to break down, right? And I think this is what I told people. I think this is going to go into next week, and you're most likely going to get your breakdown next week. And I want to share something with you guys in the Discord. but I don't have the screenshot with me right now. Let me see if I can send it to you very quickly, just in the general chat. But it's the commitment of traders report that just came out on Friday, and you would think that maybe after this big move down, that the commercial money would have exited their short positions, but surprisingly, commercial money removed more of their long positions and added a huge amount to their short positions. So I just posted it in the Gold Club, and I'll post it in the general chat as well. So for you guys to read it. So if you guys look at the commercial money, it's it's currently at 2,639 contracts short, right? So they added 412 contracts to the short side, and they removed 41 contracts to the long side. This means commercial money right now is overwhelmingly short on Bitcoin. It is not bullish. This is not a bullish pattern. I don't care what the other YouTubers say. It doesn't matter. Buy the dip. This is the greatest buying opportunity. There will be a better buying opportunity, in my opinion, at the lows right around 23 to 21,000. But again, it depends on how we get there and how quick we get there. Once we do get there, I will let you guys know. And whoever's like a member, like Cody, I'll let you guys know if I'm getting into the longs and exiting my shorts. It's even very possible that we could even go lower and maybe even retest 20K or even the lows at 16K. But we're going to take it support by support, and nothing goes down as in a straight line. All right? So that's essentially what I'm seeing here for Bitcoin. Essentially, yep. This pattern right here on the daily time frame, in my opinion, is going to play out. It's going to be a big B wave down. My first target's essentially right around the 618 to the 100% retracement. That's it. That's all I have to say. You guys can.
When you expect a big step down?
What? Pardon me?
When do you expect a big step down out of the 25 to 26 zone?
We're already in the 25 to the 26 zone. You mean the lower?
When Bitcoin goes out of that zone? I ask.
You mean like exits the range that we're in?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm probably guessing.
I go even lower, like the 23, 24.
Yeah, I'm guessing probably sometime next week, probably with the CPI news. But just gonna be patient and sit on it. I'm not over leveraged, so I got lots of wiggle room. We're gonna take it day by day. Tomorrow's not tomorrow. Next week's a big news week. There's a CPI. There's a CPI on Wednesday.
I should know better. I got my ass kicked many times because I over leveraged and I didn't listen to your warning that there was gonna be a big bump.
Yeah.
About a week ago.
Yeah. A couple of weeks ago, I said, get ready. There's gonna be a huge buy signal here from a wave edge, and it was signaling, the whales are accumulating here, and they're going to take this up higher, and everyone's getting short. I don't know why, right? They short after big dumps, but then we got a big move up, and that screwed everyone up. And then they added longs once we pumped up after. And then you can see once we pumped up, the smart money, the big money, was unloading at the highs as usual, right? So they were unloading here, and then we started to drop right after. And this is when I started entering short positions, and I sent a short signal out. And some people who are in the Discord caught the trade. And then again, right now we got some longs here again, and then you pumped up yesterday. And I said, everyone's getting excited. This is it. It's gonna break out. It's going back up. And I said it's probably nothing. It's probably nothing. We're just range bound. We're still trading in the range, right? And then that's exactly what happened. Smart money pushed it down again, and you saw them unloading at the highs. And then
but in my case, I was always betting for a short, but I was over leveraging. So basically, when it's gonna turn up, I got my ass handed.
Yeah. I mean, that's what happens when you over leverage. You should probably just lower the leverage down and take smaller position sizes. And once you get the hang of it, getting consecutive winning trades, then you can increase the leverage or increase the position size. But again, if
you're gonna use if you do use high leverage, you got to use really small amounts of your portfolio. 1-2%, like very small
Yeah,
amounts.
I use like 1 to 2, unless like I know it's Bitcoin and it's a really good entry. I'll increase it to 3 to maybe 4 or 5. But again, it depends all on your risk tolerance. I've made a bunch of money this year trading crypto, so I know that I'm trading with profits, right? I'm not like underwater 15K and try to make it all back in one trade, because that's just not the way to do it, right? If you've lost like a huge amount of money, you need to take a step back and you need to accept the damages that you've done, and then that's it, right? That's just the way life goes. You just
Yeah,
go back to work.
I don't have much money left, and I don't want to buy more cryptocurrencies until I am basically proficient enough to basically not to make stupid mistakes ever again.
Yeah.
So basically, I am gonna grow and inflate and pump what little I have, so it grows bigger and bigger and bigger. Even if it's basically chump change.
Yeah, you got to protect your capital. You got to just be very careful. Make sure you're using stop losses and reasonable places, and getting into trades at the appropriate times too.
Yes.
You don't ace trades. That's one of the things that can really just it can just start compounding losses, and
Yeah.
it can get
It can get out of hand really quickly.
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, these Bitcoin's been definitely pretty range bound here between this 25, 26, man. It's really compressing here. It's wild.
yep.
Uh,
It's not gonna do anything, in my opinion, until probably a Tuesday night to Wednesday morning, when we're gonna get that big CPI news. Bitcoin's
yeah,
probably gonna take its next leg down, right?
yeah.
So
Things aren't looking really great for with gas prices going up and stuff. I mean,
yeah, we'll take a look at the USO. It's right here, UGA. So oh, sorry, not this one. UGA. There we go. So UGA, I mean, look at it, Cody. It's been on a tear towards the upside,
yeah,
right?
for
It's
sure.
so if we're tracking for the inflation for the month of August, I mean, gasoline prices have been just constantly elevated for the whole month of August, right? It's just been hot up here. It's up. It's up from the lows like 30%. And if you take a look
Yeah,
at oil is up even more. Oil's been gapping up like crazy, right? So
yeah.
oil's high in the sky. It's been nonstop going up for the whole month of August as well. So I mean, I would not be surprised if we get an increase in the CPI. Let me just take a look at the expectations here.
Very well. My current trading position is I did it in a very awkward place, but the liquidation is 28 30.
I mean,
28,000.
I wouldn't really hold it to liquidation unless it's like a tiny percentage of your portfolio that you're willing to lose. If it's your
Yeah,
all in, I mean, like you gotta be careful. I mean, if you're okay, I would never recommend going to liquidation. I've done it a couple
I'm
times,
basically
but it's just like I put up like $50 and it's like a shit coin, so it doesn't matter to me, right?
I only have a few dollars to basically give it a go because I was being reckless and stupid. So basically, I'm basically trying to rebuild from this very tiny little bit amount that is left. I don't want to be spending more money until I get good.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I get good, I will be more encouraged to basically shift around more money from my credit card, because yes, I am unemployed. So and whatever freelance money I have, I spend it.
You gotta get employed
I spend it
first.
on. I spend it and spend it on I spend it on things that I actually gonna use, and trying to make crypto as a means to basically supplement.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. This is the time, man. Like these times right now. If you're low on cash, it's important. If you can, try and find some kind of part-time work or just anything to help offset that, man. I mean, it's the stock market. Yeah.
Do you need anybody that knows how to do 3D stuff?
Not me, no. But I mean, there are a lot of people out there, man. You just got to try and do
Yeah,
your best. It's tough right now.
I am basically doing that and trying to get some money my way until either my employment situation gets better, or I get more proficient at crypto trading, and that basically produces enough to basically start considering moving to my own place.
Have you
That's
signed
a
up for Fiverr?
Yeah.
Fiverr, it's like where people go for work
Yeah,
they
you
need
can
done.
sell your services online.
That's a great idea.
That's what I do. I'm creating. I have a CG Art account, CG Trader, and I'm gonna create what's the name of ArtStation, which is basically like a place where 3D makers put the portfolio and show their best models, as well as Sketchfab. The cool thing about Sketchfab is that you can see the model live with all the textures and the correct lighting, and you can move it around, show the normal, show all the features, so show basically the model under the hood, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Let me take a look at this stock right here. Someone's asking for me to take a look at RXRX. Recursion Pharmaceuticals. Okay.
Sorry for telling me.
Oh, no,
telling me
that's okay. That's okay. I just want to take a look at this stock here quickly, and then we can keep talking about whatever. It's had a big move here already towards the upside. I don't know if there's anything left, to be honest. This thing is, it looks like it may be done here.
It could have a trend line, a bit of a support that I mean, it almost looks like it's broken under from that very
I'll take a. I think I see what you're talking about, Cody. Like this one right here.
And then even from that other bottom one, but from the very lows, the one forward even.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, so for this one, I'm not too sure. It looks like it's starting to break down. If I was in a trade here, this was your weekly stop out. You could have broken down from this trend line. If you want to hold, it's up to you. I don't know, Nameless or someone asked me to take a look at this stock.
It's still back testing that support there. I mean, it's got a chance, but I mean,
it's got a chance.
Definitely have a stop on that. Like
when I look at the weekly though, it's looking pretty grim with the increase in red money flow. Taking a look at the daily, the daily looks really bad here. It looks like they messed up on earnings, and then it looks like you're in an ABC too. So you're gonna come down in the C wave, and this C waves can extend for long periods of time. Like this can go down and on and on.
That's like you know, at that freaking Walgreens, right?
Yeah,
right.
I mean, so again, this one doesn't look too good for a long right now. If you're short, then yeah, I would hold the shorts here. Walgreens, yeah, I added to my WBA. I added to my long today on Walgreens. I mean, I actually don't mind buying Walgreens at these prices, even though it's beating a waterfall sell-off. Because look at the dividend, 8.6, 8.7%. It's not bad.
Yep. No, not at all.
It's a good dividend.
That's a really strong company here too. I mean, they're in every town in America, right? Walgreens.
So what's going on? I think they're like being delisted off the S&P, or not delisted, removed from the S&P weighting or something. So it's causing a lot of funds to unload the position, and like this thing is getting slaughtered, right? But it's extremely oversold right now. I would not sell it. Like I would not short it here. If anything, I am a buyer, just based off the massive support that you're going to run into right here. I think next week is going to be a bounce week for Walgreens.
There should be a nice bounce on that. I mean, this support around here is it doesn't get much better.
Like stocks that do that go in massive, like nonstop steep sell-offs. Eventually, they're going to get a huge bounce towards the upside.
They've been starting I freaking caught that COVID like 2 weeks ago, man. Like it didn't give me any. The only anyways, I was gonna say is that there's a lot of people starting to get some of those cases, and that could be a real benefit to that stock, because the pharmacy for Walgreens is one of their that's one of the biggest parts of that store.
Oh yeah, yeah. We're seeing an uptick in like COVID, right? So a lot of people are starting to, buy the Moderna and the Pfizer in advance, and I'm laughing because I'm like, man, dude, I think we sold mRNA last week or a couple weeks ago for a nice little profit, and then I think that's it. I think Moderna is going to come a little bit lower to like 87, and I think I looked at Pfizer, and Pfizer doesn't look good either. Pfizer looks pretty bad as well. It looks like they broke like a good amount of support here, but again, you're gonna run into even more support down at like 33 to 32. So I'm not too worried. I mean, these companies, I don't think they're gonna go away. These are the mega cap like pharmaceuticals, the big cap pharmaceuticals. And if you want a short one, look no further. You just go to Eli Lilly. Like this one, this is a massive trend line that I drew out from these two pivots right here, right? All the way extending this was when was this? In 1998. This extends all the way to 2023. And this shit just ran into it and it just stopped right there, dead ass, like doesn't move to the tick. Like look at this where it closed. Oh my goodness, this thing is done.
That could be kind of like NVIDIA here. I mean, it's hitting that wall. It might actually do some consolidating around this zone here.
It could like chop around and pop up and then come straight back down and then start to and then it'll break down. But yeah, like we just like talking about NVIDIA. Like NVIDIA, same thing. Like I had this pivot high here, going all the way to this pivot high. And then it just ran into resistance, and we just can't get above it right now. We just keep running into it. I think NVIDIA is I think the peak. These stocks that go parabolic like this, they go straight up in the air. It's not a good look.
I've been watching these Terminator. This is kind of off subject, but dude, I can't wait until freaking someone blows up Skynet. I just I swear, dude, it's like Microsoft and all these big tech companies that are just so over the top. They have just such extreme valuations, and given they're used by so many people, but geez, they drive me nuts.
Oh, I exited my MJ today. I exited my MJ at like a 1% gain. And I was like, God damn. I was like, this thing rallied up like 40%. I was like, I'm in a 1% profit. I was like, I'm going to get out.
Dude, it's fucking ridiculous. I mean, I actually didn't expect as big a run off of these, and they're still pushing up. It's pretty wild. It does look like a couple of them. There's a few of the Curaleaf and TrueLeaf. There's a few other ones. Man, they made some huge move this week.
You're talking about the weed stocks, right? If you look at like CGC, so I still have a position in CGC. This thing has rallied up 143% from the lows, and I'm still at a loss.
I know, I mean, man.
This thing needs to come up a lot more. It's got
broke even on like most of my Curaleaf. I'm in Curaleaf and my TrueLeaf. I'm actually up on Curaleaf, but the TrueLeaf, I think I'm maybe a couple percent down from break even right now.
Do you got your card, Cody?
What's that?
Do you have a card?
Yeah, I do.
Where do you get it from?
I shop around at all different places. I'll check out just to see what's on sale. That company, AYR, which used to be, I can't remember what it changed or it used to be Liberty Health Sciences, but that's a great weed stock, man. That AYR, dude, that thing is run. Look that stock up, Mickey. AYR, dude, that thing pumped like 200 something % this week. I'm pretty sure.
You know, Rise.
Yeah, AYR Wellness. Or I think that's it.
Rise has a stock ticker too. It's not Rise, but I don't know what it is. Have you been there?
Is it AYRO?
Let me see here real quick. Hold on. I'll just to make sure I give you the one that I've been looking at here. It's AYRWF. That's the AYRWF.
Oh, OTC. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, OTC stocks do this, 200%. But look where it's come from.
Dude, they'll get back when fucking that shit. If they go through with this, and once that will go back.
Look at GTBIF.
Green Thumb. Yeah.
That's Rise. Rise.
Heavy this week.
Yo! Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
right. Good shit, bro.
Damn.
Yeah, that one was.
Damn. What is this?
They're I didn't like. I mean, Biden. It was, I think, maybe a year ago that he put out that presidential statement that he's like, we're gonna start trying to. I can't remember what it said, but he wanted to, like, he put a letter out like a year ago saying that he's wanting to, like, make improvements in the marijuana industry and get it
Yeah,
away
they
from.
get if they want to make improvements in the marijuana industry, the government needs to leave the marijuana industry. They need to stop getting involved and let capitalism do its work. If they regulate it and say like there can only be 10 stores in the whole state, then you're gonna fuck everything up. you're gonna disincentivize everyone from doing their business.
Yeah, there's a few of those though. The Curaleaf, True Leaf, AYR Wellness, like those are three really big. Like True Leaf and Curaleaf are in like True Leaf's in, like, I think it's something crazy like 10 or 20, or it's in a lot of states, and same with Curaleaf. Like they
Damn.
actually do have a pretty decent they have a lot of different states that they're operating. Oh, Planet 13 is also another one that's really made a pretty decent run this week. I think that was at like 60 cents or some shit, and that's, let me see, hold on, let me see what that one is.
I got it.
Yeah,
I got
cool.
it right here. OTC. Oh my god!
Yeah,
what? Everything involving weed just exploded.
but I mean, if something does happen, that's like this happened when he released that presidential statement like a year ago. It's like the weed stocks only popped for like 3 days, and
Oh
I actually
yeah,
thought
yeah. I
was going to be
remember.
bigger than
I
this.
remember. I remember. Like it was like back here or something, and we were
Yeah.
in a trade on it, and it just popped up like crazy, and I exited that day, and I was like, "That's it. That's
Hell
all
yeah,
she
dude.
wrote."
And it did. It was only like a couple days that it
Yeah,
went up.
it shit didn't last long, man, because it was just like nobody bought into it, and it's just like it was just a a news event.
But it's something I'm watching still though, for sure, and just kind of seeing. But like I said, I got all excited last time when he made that statement, and like here we are a year later, and he doesn't do shit. Nothing's changed. And then again, like we're like even this news, like we they recommended that the FDA remove it from Schedule 1. It's like that's just a fucking recommendation. It's like it's just him
It's
saying,
probably gonna come up to discussion, Cody, once we get close
yeah,
to the elections. Then it's gonna be
yeah.
a hot topic, and everyone's gonna be talking about it.
He'll
And then
it'll go in,
yeah,
he'll actually use this for, like, this will be done before the election, like, because he's not gonna let some other freaking politician, like, this is gonna be one way that he's gonna try to use, like, the younger people's vote and be like, hell yeah, this guy's hip, dude.
this guy can't even stand up. All the young people hate hate Biden and
I've
like
been
Justin Trudeau.
I saw a picture of Mr. Burns from The Simpsons next to a picture of Biden. It was so funny. Compared to the two, I was like, dude, it's so true.
Oh
Guys
man,
put this
that's
back.
weird. I've been looking at the dollar, and it's been rallying up. But when I look at the larger time frames, like the weekly, like that green money flow is just so thin now, and it's just it's leaving. But when I look at the monthly, oh boy, we got a nice little green dot. I was like, oh shit! I was like, if the dollar goes up to here again, and it completes its cycle up, I was like, this is like what Infinity was talking about. This is gonna cause a lot of problems.
This has been a really strong week for the dollar. You got it. Like, I didn't
Oh
actually
yeah,
expect
this thing, nothing can get in its way right now. Like you see, the dollar sells off at the open and then rallies back up throughout the day, and then the market just gets a bid and then sells off right during the day. Like the S&P, or sorry, the SPY was up, right? SPY was up at the open because the dollar was down. We'll just go to the intraday, right? Gap up.
Yeah.
Sorry, the market opens and you just rally up. Oh, sorry, which day am I? Here, where am I? There we go. This is the 8th, right? There we go. 6, 7. Oh no, it's this one. Somewhere right here. There we go. 8. Market opens and then you go up, and then you just sell off throughout the day as the dollar goes back up. Right? And it ended up like it was up like 0.5%, and it just couldn't hold any of its gains.
People are really doubting China right now. I mean, they're doing so much to try and bail out their economies and stuff, but it's just they're really struggling here. I mean, I know they've had.
I think that if China starts to roll over here, you're gonna see the Yang, right, the China Bear ETF. This thing's gonna start to move up pretty significantly. We've seen it in the past do that, right? If you trade trade the China crashes, like this thing can go up hundreds of percentage points. And again, I'm probably gonna get into a long on the Yang ETF, which is a triple.
Very good.
Yeah.
If something happens, I don't know. There's a lot of talk lately. Things are still really volatile with Russia and Ukraine.
Yeah, that too. Then I mean, that's not going to help oil go down. It's going to help it go up, and I think natural gas too. We'll go talk about nat gas because nat gas is firming up again. Again, it's just doing chop. That's why I said it's going to do. It's probably going to keep chopping. It's going to get everyone to exit their positions and to think that one more drop is coming. And again, maybe it is. Maybe we are going to get one more drop. But if it doesn't, and this thing takes out $3. It's gonna go to $4 or $5. This thing is gonna take out these highs here, and then you're gonna get a huge, massive short squeeze. It's gonna wreck everyone that's still short. I gotta check BBI right here. Let me just pull it up. I'll just pull it up here. Can you guys see what I'm seeing? Am I sharing the correct screen?
I only see natural gas still.
Okay, let me just switch it up here for you guys. It's just gonna take 2 seconds. Just gotta change the window. All right, you should be able to see it now. Right?
Yeah,
So let's take a look at stocks, and we'll take a look at the dark pools data. We're gonna load up. Let's see, BOIL. Let's see if there's any shorts. Oh wow! So all the shorts have closed out on BOIL, which is fine. This is really what we wanted to see. Right? Because now they're actually accumulating longs on BOIL, which is really nice. What I want to see is that they're short the KOLD. Let's just take a look at the KOLD. If they're short KOLD, then this might be it. Okay, so they're short KOLD, but not that much. They're short $200 million with a KOLD. So that's not that much.
Yeah, not nearly as much as a few months ago.
Like, if you guys remember BOIL, when they were short BOIL, it was like billions of dollars in the UNG. Take a look at the UNG. Yeah, UNG's been long for a while. They haven't tried to short this in a while. Since the crash, they exited all their they exited like $900 million in shorts here, and then they just exited everything. Right? They were building their shorts on the way down too. They just kept adding to the shorts, right? And that's why I'm looking at Bitcoin and stuff. So I'm wondering, like, ditto. Let's see if the Bitcoin ETF will load up. Let's see if they're shorting this one. Not really, because there's an inverse ETF, or is it?
What about Marathon Digital? Possibly some of those larger,
Mara? No.
Yeah.
No. They've been closing their shorts.
Interesting.
But I don't really like to look at that for like reference. I just look at that to see who's short, where big money's positioned, and I don't really look at individual stocks. I'll look at where crypto's going. And right now, commercial money's overwhelmingly short Bitcoin.
Isn't that like way uncorrelated though too?
Which one?
The ETF to Bitcoin.
Which ETF? Biddy or Bido? Biddy's the pro shares short, and then Bido's the pro shares long. Is this one? Like the pro shares strategy for Bitcoin, it tracks it pretty well. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
It's quite good.
Yeah, I watch a lot of. I overlay a lot of miners with like Bitcoin behind them or whatever and stuff like that, or the miners with Bitcoin, and they tend to follow pretty well.
Let's check the futures.
I mean, if you were to buy those miners buying like back at the end of December, like those were the huge moves. Like, yeah, Bitcoin went up 100%, but man, if you were getting into some of those Mara, Riot, I mean, those things have gone up like 400, some of them even more than that, you know, and they've come back significantly since. But these miners were just a monster play for the crypto over the last 8 months.
For
Those
sure.
miners
No, the
really
miners, the
right.
miners have had a massive rally. You're not wrong. But right
And
now, I actually bought some Bido. No, some Biddy. I bought some Biddy. Sorry, I bought some Biddy because I'm gonna short. I'm shorting Bitcoin. I'm also short. I'm going with the commercial money, and they're not fucking around, eh? Like these guys aren't playing around. Like last week, I remember telling you guys that last week. Where was it? Margin trays. I'll just go back up here. I told you guys that they were at 227 contracts, 2,227 short. They added 166 short, and then they removed 14 longs, right? and then this Friday they added 412 more short, and they removed from the long side. And then you can see that retail is still way more long than short, and retail is always getting fucked up. Retail is always getting wrecked. It's like 95%.
I had a long. I closed it though when it pumped.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I closed my long too. When we talked about this at the beginning, when we got this like buy signals here, I was looking to long. I was accumulating, building some longs. We got that pump. I got out, and
You
I made like
that
2K.
right. And then I exited, and then I saw the whale selling. I was like, that's it, getting in the shorts. And then we got back.
Yeah, I shorted that. Yeah.
Exactly. See, there you go. There you go. And then we got this pump too. And then I made the video yesterday. I was like, it's probably nothing. And everyone's like, fun, shut up. And then boom, it just drops back
I shorted
down.
that one too.
Yeah, see? There you go. You see, you shorted this one too. And then
that's really setting up into a pretty nice head and shoulders there.
It's like a little baby head and shoulders, right?
Yeah, I mean
it's actually kind of funny. It's possible.
Three, I'm sure, at least.
If you're gonna do the measured move down, I mean, we'll take a look at it. Well, you're gonna be around 23,000. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I got orders down there. I got orders like at 23.8 down to like 23.
Yeah. I don't know if we'll go lower. It's possible, depending on what the S&P does and the markets.
Fully, 100%.
We'll have to see. We'll take it day by day. You know, the Dow Jones is looking like a crash pattern now because of what it's doing on is the weekly or the monthly? I think the weekly or the monthly. Yeah, it's looking like, you know, it's really had its shot. You know, this is only 30 stocks. The Dow Jones only 30 stocks, and this thing couldn't push any higher. And it's starting to roll over here. If it starts to roll over, you're gonna be in some trouble. We'll see. I mean, it's light volume, right? We're in light volume right now. The markets can still float up. I can see Logan's fractal still playing out. But we'd have to bounce like right now. If we don't bounce on the IWM, I don't know about Logan's fractal. It's not going to play out. I mean, there's nothing 100%, right? So it's still possible that this could start to break down, and we're going to be in a lot of trouble. But the dollar, everyone's got to be focused on the dollar. Resistance is not here right now. It's going to be up here at 105.6 to maybe even a little bit higher, right? Maybe we'll pump a little bit more. But my best guess is like we're going to be at some resistance when we get up here.
CME like prediction for the rate hike only like 5% that they'll raise it.
let me see what's the Fed watch tool at?
It's like Fed prediction, yeah.
Yeah, what's the predictions at?
Prediction.
I know what's
95.
It's 95% now.
That they won't raise. Yeah.
That they won't raise. It's a pause. They're gonna pause. Okay.
Those are almost the kind of
wait till we get to
big-
next week after the inflation report, the CPI,
Yeah.
and it goes over expectations, and then it's gonna go like 95% rate
I
hike
know,
coming in, and then the market's
Dude,
gonna freak out.
This is a time though TLT. I've been watching those. It's trying here. You know, TLT and then the TMF. That thing's just getting beat, dude. That thing's at like just continuously. You know.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's not complete lower lows yet, but
it's getting there.
I mean,
but the TLT is what you want to track, and right now, like I've been looking at the TLT and the S&P correlation, and I've also been looking at the S&P. SPX and the DXY correlation. So like the S&P, right? We talk about this, you know, when you go up, just line it up nicely. When the TLT starts to plummet, the markets can go crazy and diverge, but at the end of the day, it's gonna follow the TLT. And right now the TLT has been dropping since April, right? Basically since the financial crisis. And it really started to get in trouble, like when we started dropping from 100 down to 93. Once we broke down from this pattern, and ever since then, you know, the markets have been struggling to keep up. And if the TLT keeps going down, which it looks like it will, but we'll take a look at it on Market Cipher. I mean, we did get a green dot last week, but this week was supposed to be a huge up week with a stronger dual band strength index number. And it just didn't do anything. So I'm guessing next week could be another down week, and then you're looking really bearish on the monthly.
If that CPI comes in hot, dude, like if anyone that that thing is gonna, like you could go sub 90 at that point potentially. I mean, like if there.
Oh yeah, so I have targets for TLT at the lower range of 88. And maybe even, I mean, if it gets out of hand, it can go down to 85 and then $80. But I don't know if it'll do that.
That'd be wild, dude. I mean, those are so.
Want to buy it? Don't people want to buy it because they want to like?
Oh, because when they flip on rates, dude, that thing will skyrocket 30% probably.
Yes, when the pivot comes, when they lower rates, the TLT will start mooning, like sort of like this. Right?
Yeah.
It'll do that.
You can put, but again, people are getting so bullish. They're like, they get all like, they're so hyped on it right now.
This is the problem. The market is trying to, just how the people are trying to short the market, top tick everything. The bond buyers are trying to bottom tick the bond market, and it's not fucking working, right?
I mean, what's great though too is like for the big dog, like the really smart money, man, like. So many people are long that, but if it goes down, it's just some of those payouts. Like like just say hypothetically right now, like before that CPI, you bought some puts and like inflation came in hot, dude. Those puts would print so hard.
My best guess is that the markets are going to come in and the rates are going to go higher and CPI is going to go higher just by looking at the dollar's performance versus the markets. I don't think like the expectations next week is. So we're at 3.2% right now for inflation. They're expecting it to go to 3.6. So they're expecting it to go up. And if we overshoot expectations, that's not good. We'll take a look at what inflation is. I got the economic data right here.
Okay.
Sorry, not this one. Inflation rate. What's it at? 3.2. We bottomed out. We bottomed out. It bottomed. It bottomed on the RSI. That's it. We're bouncing.
Yeah, man. If you look at some of those 80s charts, I mean, it's really actually starting to look like. I know Powell is really trying to sit. You know, like he'd like to think that this is under control, but if we have any glitches here, man,
watch it do something like this. It comes down and then it rallies even higher next year. Oh my goodness, the markets are gonna go into free fall. Everything's gonna sell off.
America is gonna go into a freaking. There'll be like a revolution here, dude. Like people will not stand for that shit.
Oh yeah, no, it's for sure.
Fucking trash here right now, dude. Like prices of apartments and shit in Florida. I'm just pissed off lately, actually.
Oh yeah, no, I mean I bet, Cody. Like it's probably so hard to fucking find a place to live in. It's so difficult. Like the price of everything is so expensive, and then the
Very.
government keeps saying that we're here to help, and they keep making things worse. Like fuck off, you know.
Dude, I follow Biden on X, you know, and the guy is like, I can't help. I mean, I have to. I need to like stop following this guy soon, dude, because it's like I spend like, way more time than I should every day just like writing comments to him, being like, "You're such a jerk off." I swear, dude.
That's a good
Like,
day's work put in there.
Fucking tell off your landlord, bro. Be like,
Cody's
"Bitch."
putting a good day's work in. Just fucking just shitting on Biden.
what'd you
But
say,
you guys,
Rick?
she said you should shit on your landlord instead.
Dude, I swear at some point that's one of my bucket lists. I'll be honest, is I want to do that the bag and you start it on fire with the shit in it on someone's porch.
You know, that's why I never want to be a landlord. You know, the thing is too is that most people don't understand that it's not in the landlord's control. If their mortgage goes up $3,000 because of the government raising rates, don't get mad at the landlord. Get mad at the fucking Federal Reserve and the incompetent politicians we elected. Right?
Oh yeah, that dude. This rate hike is bullshit, bro. Biggest bullshit ever.
The what?
The rate hike, because like I had perfect credit and shit, and like never use it, and now the fucking what is it good for? Shit.
I know it's fucking no one can use it because it's so expensive.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It's crazy. It's just insane. It's insane. It's just crazy.
So I usually like I don't know if I put that message that I had to go to the dentist and I have I need like a couple crowns and stuff, and they gave me this bill. I was just flabbergasted at how much it was, but it's so funny because immediately they're like, well, we have payment payment plans that you can get on, and then I was like, well, yeah, what's the APR on those? And they're like, well, it's 0% APR for the first whatever 12 months, but then they're like, after that, I think it's 29%. I was like, you fucking asshole! Like that is just they're like that'll
29%. Yes. Would you like an arm and a leg as well? Fucking hell! Anything else I can help you with?
I couldn't believe it, but I mean, I'm literally like, there's not even a lot of people that do gold crowns anymore. I don't know if you guys ever. I don't know.
I got a gold bar I can melt and I'll stick it in your mouth, Cody.
Well, those things last way longer than the porcelain crowns, and like that's why I was like, man, I want to get some of those because it's just like I had a skateboard accident when I was younger. It like shattered my back molar, and the guy was able to build it, but like that thing came undone this week, and it's like so my whole back molar. It doesn't hurt at all or anything, but that's one of the crowns I need. But supposedly the gold ones last forever. Like my mom had one when she was like 20 years old, and she's like, going on like 70 something now, and that thing is still fine. But the porcelain ones break typically. They like you only get so much time out of those. So I was
Dude,
like,
I fucking chipped the shit out of my front tooth skateboarding.
yeah, it sucks, man. Like But I ended up calling, like, I'm looking around. I looked into, there's a couple places in Mexico, like, believe it or not, like, I could fly into San Diego and I could cross the border, and there's some really great dentists there. But I could get, like, the gold ones put on, which they're more expensive than the porcelain crowns. But it's still, like, no joke, you guys, it's like 80% less than what it costs in America. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, really. I'm kind of looking into that, and like I'm trying to plan when I could go and do that. So, but they do the gold ones there too in Mexico. Like it's really common. In America, you're hard pressed to find people that'll do the gold crowns at this point. It's so weird, and it's because they last so long. It's like they know, how that's like they don't want to make anything that lasts too long here. They want to keep
No. Of course not. They make it last too long. You won't come back. They need you to come back.
Yeah, dude. I was like, God, that is bullshit.
Why they gotta give you shit products now? Everything lasts like 2 seconds and breaks in 2 seconds.
It is honestly.
So your car always breaks down and everything's fucked.
Ford, gosh, dude, that's man. Like
Oh yeah, let's look at the Ford chart.
Oh yeah,
Ford was getting a nice little bid today. It was up like
It is, yeah.
2.5%. That's not bad.
Yep. Yeah, I was struggling all week, but you got in a.
I'm in at the lows, right? So I'm in pretty low. I have been
Yeah.
averaging down, and I'm just averaging in this area. So I think I'm in the money. I think I'm in the money now. Let me check.
Yeah, you got to be. I think you got in somewhere around like.
Yeah, I'm in the money now. I'm in the money, so I'll just let this ride up. Maybe if it goes up to maybe $13, I'll get out. But again, I don't know. I don't know how this is gonna play out. But I'm pretty sure we got options X next week too. Let me check.
Okay.
September, yeah. So next week is a quad witch option expiration. So that's gonna be a super volatile week.
You say that was what day? Wednesday, or will that be Friday?
Friday.
Or something?
That's gonna be. It's gonna be. Well, it's gonna be Friday. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, we got everything expiring next week. We got leaps. We got ETS, VIX options.
Bitcoin
man.
options.
Bitcoin options, yeah. I mean, Bitcoin is it Bitcoin options too? It's kind of funny because Bitcoin's gonna fucking get all fucked up.
Who knows? Like if that CPI comes in at all at
I'm telling you,
expectations a little better, you'll see a nice pop of Bitcoin.
You'll see a pop, but then they'll dig into the data and they're gonna see how shitty it is. I'm telling you, just watch the commercial money. The commercial money's there for a reason. They were long before, and they got out before the fucking drop came. They got out all their longs, and now they've just been short, and they're just adding to their shorts.
You could easily see a run up to like 28.3, 28.5, or 28.6-ish area, in my opinion, if that CPI. But like once it gets there, you could really see some sell off on that. Like
yeah, maybe it may be just like a really big wick for the day.
Yeah, I see like limited downside mainly. I don't really.
It is. Yeah, downside is very lit, but until like again, if S&P or Nasdaq can continue to can actually start rolling over heavy again, like this has been a monumental run that
we just got our first lower high on the weekly.
Yeah.
I mean, this is it. Like we just got to the first lower high here,
dude.
Right. So we'll have to see if this holds. If this holds, then that's it. I mean, this is the top, and we're just gonna chop sideways to down, and it's gonna take a while. We're not gonna do this unless China blows up Taiwan, but that's probably the least likely scenario. Is you're gonna do that, and you're gonna come down.
HSI, can you look at that real quick?
Yeah, I'll take a look at HSI. I mean, overall China is not doing good. Like the Hang Seng and everything, yeah, it's not good.
Yeah.
So you could see that the moving averages are expanding and it's flipping towards the downside again. I think this you're coming down like 10-15% on China. You're gonna come back down to double bottom if anything, or you're gonna make a lower low around maybe 30%. So you got a lot of downside in China. I might pick up some Yang next week. I might start a position in Yang. Because I gotta get short the Chinese market here. I just can't sit by and watch this take off.
I have been, like everyone, it's coming past now, that big August BRICS meeting. But man, since then the yuan has just really been struggling. That's making new lows against the dollar here lately. That one was really just been it's yuan USD is just, it's like at some pretty hefty lows right now. It just keeps dropping too.
Oh, you mean the JPY? The Japanese
no,
yen?
Hold on.
Oh, the RMB.
Wait, hold on. Which one is it? I think it's the yuan. It's just the yuan USD. It's at it's just keeps going lower. It's like the altcoins, man. Like Bitcoin's doing all right, but the freaking.
So does the ruble, man. I've noticed that. Like, dude, you could have just shorted that thing. It fucking goes down constantly.
Oh yeah,
they still have.
I mean, the DXY is on a tear towards the upside, guys. What can you say? What can you do, right? This thing's going up. All the other currencies are going to go down.
Yeah, dollars got.
I hope they take this shit higher and it gets out of control. And they keep the thing is that they're making their case that they can raise the rates higher They keep saying employment's high. Unemployment claims are low. There's too many jobs. Everything is fine. The economy's too strong. Even though everyone's suffering and everyone's like getting laid off and shit like that. They're like, no, 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 no. You don't. If you're getting laid off, you don't live in the real world. You don't live in fantasy land with us. You know?
Yo.
Oh, yo, look at this guy.
So,
We haven't
What's
seen this
up,
guy in
man?
a while. We're talking about your DXY prediction from like a while ago. I'm like, yeah, Infinity might be right here. This thing might start to take off towards the upside.
Yeah, double top isn't out of the question.
Yeah, this thing is a double topped or even like a nominal high. I mean, like that would be really bearish for the markets if it did that. It'd be really bad because then the yields would go higher. The 2-year yield, like I'm telling you, there's a floor on yields. Like, you know, when we got that amazing economic news the other day, and then the markets rallied like 2%, right? Like this one, this was the day, right? The Qs were up like 2.5% in one single day, and then the bond yields collapsed. And then they had a huge bottoming tail, and they've just been going back up ever since. And I'm like, the fucking yields won't go down, and it's putting so much pressure on the Fed to keep raising the rates.
There's no way they could cut rates right now.
There's no way. Look at the 10-year yield made a new high last time, and now it's like consolidating. It's just firming up to go higher. Like, holy shit, this is really bad. This is really bad.
Yeah, interest rates are at what? I think it's for the 20-year. It's over 8% right now. If you're trying to get a home mortgage right now, it's up there. Like, that's a huge difference. It's just crazy to go
no. This is when the World Economic Forum comes into play, and that you're gonna own nothing and you're gonna be happy, and everyone's gonna lose their homes to BlackRock and Blackstone. They're gonna buy up all the residential housing, and you won't be able to buy it back.
amount of building of
I looked
apartments.
into that. That you'll own nothing and be happy about it was like a paper that was like wrote. It was like a
By the CIA.
no, it was
I wouldn't doubt it, dude.
Who wrote it?
Like-
Infinity? I gotta look into it.
it's just so basically like they have this different people that write in like papers, like do like basically like paper essays on like the future and stuff like that, but different potential outcomes and stuff. So
Okay.
and yeah.
Fucking Bill Gates submitted that shit.
Fucking Bill Gates, dude. That guy said I hate Microsoft because of that guy, dude.
Yo,
It's
look
like,
at
wrong, bro.
Weight Watchers.
Weight Watchers, huh?
Is that a stock?
Yeah.
Everyone's getting
WW.
fat.
The ticker is WW.
WW.
WW what?
Just WW.
WW?
So-
Is Weight Watchers
Yeah, that's it.
International? That's a...
Uh,
Seriously?
Damn, that thing looks like Bitcoin.
Yeah, I was gonna say, this thing looks exactly like Bitcoin. FTX collapse and it's back up. Damn, what is this? What do they do? They just watch people? They just watch fat people?
Yeah,
Food.
it's
They
like
acquired like a bunch of like
low calorie food.
they
Meal
acquired like a bunch of I don't really remember the news on it, but look at the weekly on it though. The RSI on the weekly.
Oh. Oh, this thing's gonna make a nominal high, and that's it. It's gonna. No, you're not getting through this. You're not getting through this. No, you're done. You're done. You're done. There's too much. There's too much resistance here. You're fucking done. This thing's coming right back down. This thing's gonna go make a new low. I gotta look it on a monthly.
A new low, you think?
A new low.
I don't know about a new low.
I don't know. I mean, we'll
There's a gap fill at like $4.50 or something like that.
Oh yeah, you know about the gap fills? This is I looked at all the gap fills we have on the Qs. I'm like, we filled one recently, and it was this one right here, which we bounced off of. It was like this gap fill right here that I had. I was like, oh, we gotta fill that gap. Then we filled it, and we bounced, and then we got another one and another one here, and another one there, and another one, another one down here. I'm like, it's gonna fill all of this, in my opinion. This is all gonna fill up. The tank's gonna be full by the end of the year, or if not by the end of the year, then next year.
Bitcoin's holding that value area high pretty well.
Yeah, yeah, it's unable to break, eh? It's just. Oh, you mean like from the bigger pattern, like here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
value area high of the old range, and it's holding it.
I think we're gonna break back down. I think we're gonna break back down into the range.
What's the 2-day say on Bitcoin?
Let me take a look.
Look at that. For
Bullish on the
money
dual band
flow.
strength. Money flow is red though.
Yeah, just
but
it's coming back
along.
up. It's coming back up.
Yeah,
It could have another push up.
You can get a little scoop. You can scoop up.
I think that's probably a possibility.
It's not out of the question.
I think that's what's gonna happen. I think you're gonna have a little move up here.
I think we've had our move up. I think this was our move up already. And I think everyone's looking for another long. Look, man, I'm just watching commercial money. I'm just gonna sit on the sidelines and I'm gonna wait. If I'm wrong, then I will add to the shorts.
What level are you looking at?
Oh, I'm just looking at 21 to 23.
No, I meant like if it goes up.
Oh, if it goes up, probably
up,
from the pivot high. Probably from the pivot high, or from the top of this range right here, 26,750, all the way up to 28,000 is the second level.
Yeah, but so if you pull a fib from that high to the low, you'll get kind of where you want your first take profit. 618, it's right there, and then it's gonna have to break that high for you to think it's gonna go any higher than that.
All I see is bearishness.
If it breaks above that.
I'll let you guys know. I'll let you guys know if anything pops up on fucking Wave Edge. I'll let you guys know. Y'all be the first one to let you guys know. I looked at this yesterday. I was like, nah, it's not going higher than this.
Yeah, that looks pretty bad.
That looked bad.
There's a lot of sell pressure at that 28.
These sell pressures, the whales are just like, no, go back down. Nope,
that little
go back
range
down.
looks like what it looked like when it was at 30K last time before it dropped. Or like 20, 28K.
Look what we were doing up here. Just
no. Go to like during the bear market.
Oh, you're talking about here?
Yeah,
oh shit! That's like the same pattern. Oh, this looks like shit.
You're gonna get that candle that goes up.
And you go woo!
right before that green candle, when everybody's like, oh.
That was a huge move there. Wow, man. Holy shit.
Watch, we're gonna do the same fucking thing. We're gonna do the same thing, and Infinity's right. It's gonna go like 27K, and it's gonna
one of the guys from FTX today that was news from this morning. He has to pay back $1.5 billion of the money that he earned from that. So that was one thing that came out of that. Okay.
I mean, I can't wait till they get to the politicians who received all those donations from FTX, and they're like, no, we don't have to give any of that back. That's my money. It's like, it's fraudulent money, you fucking criminals. Give it back. Oh my goodness. What's FTT at? Is it still trading? It's at $1. It's so weird. It gets these massive spikes up, and it just fucking fizzles down. And it spikes up, and then it fizzles down. And then it spikes up, and it fizzles down. So this is probably in the accumulation phase here. It's gonna spike up.
That shit's dead, bro. That's not an accumulation phase. That's just gamblers down there.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's a gambling phase. It's you gamble infinity. You can gamble it on right here.
Both Kevin O'Leary and freaking Kramer said they were bullish on BNB recently. I was kind of surprised to hear.
I mean, you can't listen to Kevin O'Leary anymore because he's in the game, right? So
he
he's
was hating on
biased.
them so
Look at
bad.
that
Like
is
he was
the
like he
most
was one of the
hideous
most
chart in the world.
vocal people about thinking that Binance was going to be. It was one of the next things to fall. And
Look
I just
at
thought it was-
Dude,
Binance
the
looks
most
like
hideous
shit.
chart.
Binance looks
Yeah.
like shit. You got one line of defense here, and that's it. This thing,
yeah.
I think the news might be the CPI or Binance is gonna get in trouble, and this thing's gonna fucking. It's kind of like an air pocket. The air pocket of
if
doom.
Bitcoin dumps, even like the 20K, that shit's dumping.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
It's not
yeah.
gonna hold, bro.
Oh
It's
yeah.
not holding. And as soon as you break that level, the liquidations will be crazy. The panic will be
Oh
real.
my! I can only imagine the panic once we get down there. If we get down there, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh my god, what the fuck!" All the bullish YouTubers are gonna be fucking in a hurry to delete their videos.
I mean, I think what we're seeing is like the death of these coins. Like,
This is what's gonna happen to fucking BNB. It's gonna get a bounce and it's just gonna lay there.
I mean, that would be nice if it dumped like that. It's too good to be true because it's so.
But look
like,
at this!
Yeah,
Look at
that's
this! Look at this move! It's just so parabolic. There's like nothing. There's no support.
I think that company has 80%. Like they're such a large company. It's no joke. Like Binance still has like 80% of like the overall traded values on a lot of these crypto out of like all the cryptocurrency market compared to it's still just such a powerful company. Like it's surprising even like so I imagine it would be very nice for some of these places like Coinbase that have huge BlackRock support now. Like they're looking for an opportunity to really like take on that market liquidity. Like Coinbase just started they opened up in Canada, I believe, right? Like they're now actually starting to trade in Canada, or they're opening their services there for leverage trading and stuff. So they're definitely expanding their market.
That's
it's
crazy.
so manipulated, bro.
Yeah.
That coin is like that coin. You just stay away from it. BNB. I mean, it's so manipulated. There's no way it's sitting there at that level like that, and it's so
Dude,
hard.
he's popping that fucking coin up with the sales of all kinds of shit, you know, like
it's being propped up so hard.
Did you guys see that they're not gonna accept BUSD anymore? You got until next year to liquidate your BUSD, or else you're gonna get zero. And then you see like the BUSD market cap just go into a free fall. What is it?
X took another pretty big hit.
Look at the fucking market cap. It's just like down to 2 billion. It's like nothing left.
Wow.
It's just gone. Everyone's getting out. The RSI is at fucking mega lows. It's at -1.
Gosh, dude, that's just horrible.
Look, it goes lower every day. Today it lost another 14 million. There's no reason to hold the coin. You won't be able to use it.
I wouldn't count Bitcoin out until you start dropping below 25K.
For sure. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's still in the game. It's still in the game. Although I'm bearish and I don't see much upside, but it's still in the game.
I think 25, 150. Like if it starts going below 25, 150.
What I don't like is that you see how we've been closing above like 26K, and like we've been holding. Now we're closing underneath 26K. Right? We had a close above, but it failed and it came back down, and a failed pattern is bad. Right? So I mean, this could have broken out and it kept going, but it didn't. And now you're gonna keep doing this shit until like next week. And then if you take out these, if you make a new low and you take out these wicks, then you're in even more trouble. You're gonna be in an even bigger pickle.
I mean,
We'll see.
isn't the longer it stays there, the more bullish that is, though. Like it's
Here?
a chance to reset. Yeah.
Well,
You
yeah,
start.
It could build a base, but I see this as bearish consolidation from the big move down that we just got, and then the failed breakout here too.
Is there no hidden bullish divergence forming in like any of the time frames? Like
You're not making lower lows, right? You just make the RSI is just climbing, but you're not making lower lows. If you were going down like this,
right, but that'd be
and then
bullish
the RSI was going up, yeah, that's bullish divergence.
I'm talking about like hidden bullish divergence.
Hidden bullish divergence. I don't really see any.
Wait, how do you see that again though? It's like the RSI's.
Here, I'll send you the chart.
All right.
The options expiry is on Friday.
Oh, it's option X. It's option X next week too. It's gonna be a fucked up. It's gonna be a fucked up week next week. There's gonna be things that are gonna be in the stratosphere that are gonna come crashing down. Like you're gonna see maybe Eli Lilly come down like 10% next week. This thing is so. I have this fucking thing is so. It's going straight up. It's going straight up. Non-stop. Just go, fuck it. Just send it to 1 million.
Dude, I wonder how many fucking politicians, like our senators and like these people from Congress, are invested. Like these are just like sweetheart fucking runs, dude.
I have what's it called? I have insider selling notifications. This whole run, I've been getting non-stop insider selling notifications from Eli Lilly. It's like everyone's getting the fuck out. Everyone's getting out on Eli Lilly. Nobody gives a shit anymore. It's so funny. Also, tomorrow I'll take all the notifications I got from Eli Lilly, insider selling, and I'll post it tomorrow because it's so funny.
Are you shorting it right there?
I'm shorting it here. Do you see this trend line? This dates back from 1998. Just a pivot high to a pivot high, and then we go to today, and I'm like, okay, we're touching it now, finally, and that's where we close today on the daily. All right, if we're gonna go on the smaller time frames, oh shit, we can't see it because it's too small. That's my trend line. Oh, did I fuck up my chart? There we go. Oh, I fucking go on smaller time frames and it disappears. It's okay. It's a trading view problem. Anyways.
Yeah, it's definitely hitting some resistance up there, but man,
it's like this. Nuts. It's the same thing as Nvidia. It's the same thing as. Is it O'Reilly? O'Reilly? We do something similar. Yeah. See, same thing as O'Reilly. Trend line dates back from like 2021, and then you run into it, and that's it. You come back down. I don't know if O'Reilly can make another higher, but these are light volume stocks, right? They can float up. I was tracking Hershey's the other day. What is it? Was that Infinity?
Tesla. Have you guys looked at Tesla?
Look at Hershey's though. Remember, everyone's getting so bullish on Hershey's, and they're like, it's going to moon phase. Fucking wow! It fell on its face.
Now you gotta buy Mr. Beastables or Feastables or whatever the fuck.
Are you serious? Is that a publicly traded company?
Probably not.
All right, I see Tesla. I don't know. Oh, you might be doing something like let me see here.
That gap fills.
Oh no! I think this thing's done.
Yeah, I short Tesla.
I'm short Tesla. Look, I'll just draw you a little something. I think you've impulsed. You've impulsed out, and then I think you're done. I think you're done now. You're coming down in a A B.
Yep.
And then you're gonna do something like that, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh my god, it's at 91!" But then the C wave can extend, right? The C wave can extend like further than people think, and I think that's what the market's kind of doing as like a whole. Nvidia. Yeah, go ahead, Cody.
Honda got this week. There was news out of Honda that they're jumping on the bandwagon with everyone else, Ford and all them, and they're going to start incorporating the Tesla's charging. I think they're charging ports and stuff, and I could have swore there was news that came out about Honda this week for that. And like Ford actually made a statement that they're like, or one of the CEOs of Ford was like, Ford, Tesla is so far ahead of us in this sector that it's like there's just no comparison. Tesla is such a strong company. I mean,
they are. Tesla's huge.
And all the car companies, I mean, they are just such a dominant player right now. Everyone else is trying to play catch up. Toyota, I mean, those companies have huge infrastructure, but it's like they don't have the efficiencies that Tesla has been able to bring to market over these last few years, like the gigapresses and like the efficiencies of the gigafactories and stuff. It's like these old Ford, like they're just so far behind on that. That's one of the tough things with Tesla. It's like people get behind that so much.
I know.
People don't buy the other ones.
You know, Tesla has a liquidation level for Morgan Stanley with Elon Musk's loan. I think he does. He's gotta if Tesla goes too low, he's gonna be forced to liquidate 21 billion.
Damn.
Because he's got to cover his purchase of Twitter, right? That's just
he's there. He's got a big. There's a big. He's trying to sue the. I think it's the DOJ. It's like a 16 billion. It's a really big suit, but supposedly that's. Yeah, he's trying to see. He's starting a because when he bought that, there was a bunch of the people like involved in those that were putting out all this negative. He's suing them. Like that was a pretty big story this week. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. I think it's the Department of Justice that he's actually suing.
It's funny because the XRP won its lawsuit against the SEC, and I mean, like everyone was celebrating, and then and then we just fucking. Oh, sorry, I gotta go on the daily, and then we came right back down. We fucking came crashing down. We bumped up, and we just didn't do anything with it.
I have an 11-cent target for XRP. I mean, that's just for I've come to that conclusion a couple times. We'll see if it gets
11
down there.
cents. Holy shit!
Yeah, we'll see though. I mean, if Bitcoin goes under 15, I'm quite sure that I think XRP will get there. Or under 15.
Oh yeah, shitcoins will sell off way more. I'm gonna be getting into the Bitcoin Cash and stuff.
Bitcoin dominance looking like.
Bitcoin dominance?
Because Bitcoin goes down, dominance is going to go up.
Near 50, yeah, pretty close. I mean, it's still looking all right.
Oh wow, we haven't seen this in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, this thing's going up, man. This thing's in an uptrend now. Oh yeah, the moving averages are gonna start flipping.
Yeah. And does that mean that altcoins just shit the bed, or Bitcoin pumps and just?
Oh yeah, that's when altcoins shit hard, dude. I mean, and you actually might see Bitcoin just stay stable almost, but like
Bitcoin could drop to like 16K again or 17K.
Let's see what the SEC has to say. Maybe they'll come out with more news that bans more, that makes it a serious law, that all the other shitcoins are not going to be able to work, and then you may get a broad market sell-off in crypto. But they approved certain ones, like they approved Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Ethereum, right? So those ones, that's why they got these massive pumps.
One of the things that I've been watching this for a while. I've known this for it was like 6 months ago that I was looking at SEC's website, and you can go through individual stocks. And I saw God, who was it? Oh, I think it's BlackRock right now, but they've just announced that. I remember seeing a while ago that they had their own coin built on the Ethereum blockchain, and that news has come come out this week that they're starting their own. Like that's been a big, relatively, or I've seen over the last few days they're talking about that they're they have their own token that they're using now that they're hoping to use for as an intermediary for payment transfers. So it's like that's an interesting. I know that I do remember that being that it was built on Ethereum, but we'll see how that plays out. Ethereum, they had their ARCs trying to do their Ethereum spot ETF. That was a filing that they put in this week, and that was like I think they saw it was like a 2% pop on that, and it wasn't much, but
we'll see.
that's,
We'll see what's gonna happen. This is interesting. We're living in interesting times here. I'm gonna make a video tomorrow. I'll give you guys probably an update on the stock market. You guys can go subscribe to Headline Trading. I'm gonna post more videos there. I might switch out the global financial news to something else because nobody's watching it.
Wait, what? Global
Yo,
finance? I didn't
Infinity, I
even know
want to
about it.
see what you got.
I posted it's Bloomberg 24/7 news, and I'm streaming it for everyone to watch if you guys ever want to watch it because I subscribe to it. It's 24/7 news. It's like breaking news for Bloomberg from Bloomberg. Here, I'll send you the link I'll send the link in the general chat.
Wait, what'd you say, Logan or Cody?
What? I don't know. I was talking about BlackRock. That's all I can remember right now. They announced that they have they're using an intermediate, or they created a token. I believe it's built on the Ethereum blockchain, but they're pushing that to be used as or they're talking about that because they're going to be using it as an intermediary for money transfers, in house. So it's like that'll be it's just interesting to see like how like that's the kind of stuff that's going to that's like taking away from a lot, like Ethereum. Everyone's like, all these little small altcoins and stuff. It's like that's what they wanted, but like when you have companies like BlackRock coming in and creating their own tokens to be utilized by them, it's like it's hard to say. Like that could really be a really big hit and negative for any of these small altcoins. Like that was such a big part of the bull run, and like people getting so bullish in like 2022 and stuff. They're like, fucking Cardano, that's going to be the major one, and but it's like when these banks are creating their own tokens to be used, it's like, that's something to definitely watch. And then like we won't have access to those. Like that's just a complete inside. So like, Cardano, these companies that they were like, yeah, this is the company that's going to be used. Like it's super fast. Like this has great transaction speed. It's like they're just taking all this like, that type of they'll facilitate that type of they'll build out their coin using those types of programs, but it's not, that like this we'll just it's going to be interesting to see Ethereum. Like I find myself wondering, like, hopefully freaking Vitalink Buterin is clean, but if something happened with that, just be
That
crazy.
guy, if he could fuck over ETH anytime he wants. This guy went from proof of work to proof of stake, man. What the fuck? He fucked up my whole mining rig, my whole mining setups, everything he fucked up.
This is what I'm looking at for Bitcoin. I mean, it's pretty simplistic, but Yeah, as long as you can hold of like 25, 100, this thing is fine.
Could be done. It could be finished. This could be your wave 2, and we're gonna go to wave 3 if the dollar pulls back. But I see the dollar going higher. I don't think the dollar's finished. That's why I think we're gonna go. I think that's why we're gonna go.
If you lose this level at 25, 100, it's, you know, you're coming back down to the point of control here, and then probably the value area low of this range.
So like the whole thing too is that you on the futures chart here, if you go on the weekly, you had a big green bar high, right? Like, and then you're consolidating inside the green bar, and it's okay. That's fine. It's still bullish. But then you broke down, and then you closed below, and then that's now the bullish pattern's invalidated. It's a failure. So now it looks really shitty on the weekly, right? And then you pumped up to like the 20 weekly moving average, and you got rejected.
Yeah, the value area, the point of control.
Yeah, from our previous range, and now you're at the low of the range from this range. But I think it's gonna give. I don't see it going up much more. But I mean, I could be wrong, right? I could be wrong, but I'm just watching the commercial money, man. The commercial money is every contract is 5 Bitcoins. They got 2,639 contracts for Bitcoin that's short right now, and only 100 that's long. They're overwhelmingly short. It's insane how short these guys are. And the commercial money is right 90% of the time. Retail money, which is non-reportables, they're right like fucking 5 to 10% of the time, and they're long. They're long like 1,200 contracts. They're the opposite of the commercial money right now. So it's a little bit crazy.
There's a high value node at 23,800 for Bitcoin.
23,800.
Yeah, I have it. Where do I have it? I have it marked on another chart.
Oh man, I'm so tired. I think I might go to bed right now. I'm very tired. I gotta go shower. We had a good week though in the markets, you know, just choppy. It's just I don't like what I'm seeing on the smaller time frames, like that red money flow that we're now
right
dipping into on the SPY and the Qs and the Dow Jones and the IWM. And like I thought it would go away with this pump, and like, oh, okay, maybe we are gonna go to new all-time highs. But then it just started dropping and it got worse, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, this might get out of this might get out of hand. I was like, this can get out of hand real quick if it doesn't start to stabilize here. And then you start to look at the 12-hour. I'm like, oh shit, it's cutting into the red here. And then you look at the daily is almost into the red. The Qs have been so much into the green that they can very well start to drop and still be in the green. By the time they're in the red, maybe you're going to be nearing the lows, right? And then the same thing goes for the SPY, and the Dow Jones almost into the red here. But the Dow Jones firming up. Like the Dow Jones is 30 companies, so price cap weighted. So if the biggest stock performs well, then it can throw off the entire Dow Jones index. And then the SPY will follow the QQQ because it's basically all fucking tech inside the SPY. Anyways, I'm probably gonna make a video tomorrow. It's too late now. Maybe you know what? Maybe I'll make a video for the crypto update, which is gonna be Bitcoin. I'll just share with everyone what I'm thinking again, but then I'll post a video tomorrow on hedgeline trading for the stock market analysis because I separated them now. I actually got more views now that I only talk about Bitcoin. Everyone's fucking loving it. Nobody gives a shit about the S&P, but I guarantee you they're gonna care when the S&P rolls over and everything shits to bed. Everyone's gonna care really quickly.
Yeah, unless you're talking about the S&P in relation to Bitcoin, then
yeah.
Nobody cares.
But I mean, like when the S&P comes down, and be like, "See, you guys, told you," and they're gonna be like, "I said it was gonna roll over."
And there's no one good that talks about Bitcoin too.
Okay, I mean, you have fucking like the big guys, right? The Carl the Moon MM Crypto. Do you guys still watch those guys? Does anybody watch them?
I never
Oh, I
watched
haven't
those
watched.
guys. I always
Is their
I heard about them a lot.
jaw still open? Do they have big jaw syndrome?
I don't know. They don't show up on my feed.
I do watch. I still follow Da Vinci, but I actually don't watch his videos that much. I can only get through like 2 minutes of his videos. He's always bullish. I mean, his sometimes will bring some like, you know,
I get so I can't stand watching people that are always bullish or always bearish.
yeah,
It's
tough.
because that's not even how you. It's not even how you look at a market. Like, it's just weird that people do that. I mean, but that's what people want, though, too. Like, they want their bias to be.
Oh my god.
Reconfirmed.
I hate all these YouTubers. They're still doing the same thing. They just do crazy faces and they put one word like crash. But like nothing's happening to Bitcoin. And there's no chart analysis. There's no indicators like guys. This is crazy. It's like fucking half the video is them talking about like this is crazy. What I'm about to share with you is crazy. But I'm gonna say it's crazy for like 2 more minutes before I actually just share like a chart with like a couple lines on it. I'm like, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Have you been watching anyone? Like, do you use Twitter or X or anything? You follow anyone on there?
I follow like a couple guys on Twitter that have like almost no following, and then I'm like, yeah, this is these guys kind of know what they're doing and what's coming, and I'm like, yeah, we kind of got like the same idea, but then they're like, they get ambushed by like the fucking like bullish crowd. And then they're like, you fun. Like, there's that guy the other day who I kept posting bearish things after the pump. And I was like, nah, this is probably it. That's probably all she wrote. And then he's just like, fun. Just spreading fun. I was like, okay, calm down. And then dropped the next day. And I still post, because it dropped a little bit. And I posted another video saying like, yeah, it's probably going to keep going. And he just came back onto the video and he kept fucking posting more comments and I'm funning everything. And then it dropped more. And then after that, once we were at the lows, I posted another video. I was like, it played out. And he didn't say anything. It's fucking crazy, man. It's like you can you can make your logical explanation. The chart will say everything. And then FUD will invalidate it all because it's just fun. It makes no sense.
We are on the one thing that is a little concerning to me.
All right, welcome to
that I've
this.
seen in the charts is the 50 and the 200 are just about to death cross on weekly for Bitcoin. Like, we're maybe like 2 or 3 weeks out. If this does fall under 25, we're gonna get that cross. That could be an interesting time.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty big one, so I mean, I'm kind of watching that, but it's freaking, that 50 is diving hard right now still. It's like it could turn up. It really could. If we get that pump and start moving back up over 28, like it won't cross and it won't be that bad. But if we get any type of dump,
you have to get above 28 too.
Oh, that's a tall order, guys. That's a really tall order. I mean, you got to do so much to get up here. You really need
your best case for a pump is you go to like 26.7, 50-ish, 27, 100, something like that. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It doesn't matter unless you get above 28.2. It really does not matter.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
What happens. And the same with, below like 25, 350, 25, 150, in between there. I mean, as long as it's there, it's still fine. Bitcoin's fine.
I've been wanting to accumulate still, but I haven't. I'm still just kind of waiting. I figure, once I get some clear direction, it's all good. I'll miss a few percent if we start. Dude, if some country collapses, you got to remember, like, that whole Ukraine thing when that broke out. It's like that brought a lot of money into Bitcoin on that.
That's true. That's true.
And that's something I think about a lot. Like, there's a lot of different angles that could really affect Bitcoin.
You'd be surprised though, like sometimes, because I think this was like banks failing too. But if the S&P like rolls over like 3% in a day, you're gonna see Bitcoin down.
Yeah.
Unless it's banks failing, then almost like 100% Bitcoin's gonna go down. I just feel like we're gonna get flushed out. I think they're gonna flush out a bunch of people. I think we're just gonna do this, and then we're gonna go into the bull run, and then it'll take off.
It's
I
gonna
mean,
be
grayscale looks good.
What, GBTC?
Yeah, I mean,
it has been strong.
you could make a bullish case for Bitcoin just based off of this.
Yeah,
That's true.
GBTC is holding because there's the ETF news, right?
Yeah, and
that's
if an
true.
ETF is launched, Bitcoin could pump.
The thing is that we got that ETF news with BlackRock and Grayscale won, and that was the pump news, right? And then usually on that kind of fucking amazing news, if we were in a bull market, it would have propelled us into a 70% pump. But we're in a it looks like we're still in the bear market. So that news, you don't get more bullish than BlackRock and Grayscale winning the suit against the SEC, and it just dumped the next day. So I was like, that's it. I was like, this thing's fucked. I was like, that's why I was like, I had lost hope for that thing. So
it's crazy to think because a company like I think BlackRock has it's a phenomenal amount of money. They have like $10 trillion.
40 trillion in asset management or something.
If they really wanted to, like even them like buying the entire like half the supply of Bitcoin, like that's just still simply just like a 5% of their portfolio that they're allocating into that. It's pretty incredible to think about that.
They couldn't because it's not for sale.
It's
for sale.
They're
So imagine no one's selling their Bitcoin and BlackRock keeps bidding up the prices. Wonder who's gonna fold in first.
All right, guys, I gotta go.
They'll wait it out.
Yeah, I gotta go to bed, and then I'm gonna be in the Discord tomorrow a little bit because I'm gonna do some videos. And we can chat tomorrow, guys.
Have a good night.
Yeah, right. Peace out, everyone.
Thanks for coming out, everyone. Have a good night, and thanks for coming out.
Peace. You guys too. Take care.